Howdy, how are you doing? Been a while since I made a RFF picks video. I have been on Winnable. I have been sending out the picks. I have been doing all that. Alex has been doing it way more, of course. This is his, genre. But we are making a change. We are deciding that we see a lot of great things happening with RFF picks. We've been seeing a lot of traction with our Winnable. And so we're going to actually take some time out of our main channel. It has 35,000 subscribers. And we're actually going to do our best to really put RFF picks and give it that same macho energy. And we got to do that by giving y'all dubs. And so we have one here. I remember the last time I talked with you guys, we discussed so briefly how I was getting involved in the UFC. Of course, not fighting, but I do fight in real life. I do Muay Thai. And so I am starting to really understand the technicalities of UFC and when it comes to sports betting, that is. Of course, I already know what the fights are all about. But here's a play that I had made on Dana White's Contender Series. Everyone out there, if you do esports, you do NFL, if you do anything, like the Dana White Contender Series, and I'll just go over it briefly. This is a fight audition for the UFC. So all of the odds makers are always off. None of the bets know anything about the guys. They just get their pro record, and that's it. They don't know their fighting style. They don't know any technique, anything technical in that realm. And so I have been winning, and a colleague of mine, a buddy of mine who is also big in the UFC, we've been really running it up on UFC. And so be on the lookout for every Tuesday Dana White Contender Series and or UFC in general. Be on the lookout for those plays. And then also be on the lookout. I might just bring him on to the show to really talk about his strategy, talk about how he gets things done in UFC. But here's a beautiful winner for you guys as well. And then this game is actually going on at this moment. Spencer Rattler, Alvin Kamara. We need Spencer Rattler to get an interception, to throw an interception, and we need Kamara to just have 5 receptions as well. Young quarterback, he's going to get to his outlets, tight end, running back, very so often. Also young quarterback going against a good defense in the Denver Broncos. Likely to be an interception. We'll have to wait and see, though. And then let's get on to our socials. Like I said, we are more than just RFF picks. There are more avenues that we are willing to create in the future, but even more so, we have our main channel, Real Friends in Football. And then we have our TikTok, Instagram. So follow us on all those all those places. Link is going to be in the description. And then, like we said, for our Winnable, even if we do not post videos, which we will be doing better with, probably at a daily basis, 2 videos per day. We're going to get back on that traction. You still get every single one of our plays through Winnable. Get a free account. Let us prove us right to you. Code RFF at checkout. And what you'll be doing is you'll be paying $0 at checkout. You go in and you go into our MVP plan, and you'll get a free month. You'll get a free month. Don't have to pay any money. And if right before you say like, I didn't win a lot with these guys, I didn't do a lot, cancel. Cancel. If you don't want to be here, we don't want you here. And so, but if you do want to be here, we want you here. And then here is our play for the Friday game. We got 2 college football games happening on Friday. Let me bring them up. Sorry, guys. Right here. Nice. Oregon, Purdue, and then Oklahoma State and BYU. Number 2, Oregon going against Purdue. What we did here is, Dylan Gabriel, he's pretty much on a fucking, if he doesn't lose, he's got the Heisman. He's about to be the most have the highest passing yards in college football history. He's on that route as well. I believe this is his 5th or 6th year in college football, and so the everything that they wanted with him, it's too heavy. Purdue is a 1-5 team. Honestly, Mr. Gabriel, he could be sitting down by the 3rd quarter. They might just sit him. And so what we did instead is we did the running back. Sorry. George James. He has not eclipsed the 129.5 with rushing and receiving this year. He hasn't done it. And so look at his last 3 games with receiving. We could go his whole season, but 6 receiving yards, 4 receiving yards, and 15 receiving yards. And then his last rushes, which are, of course, they're pretty awesome. At 115, he didn't get it. 166, he would have gotten this. And then 103 was his rushing. And so I like this. I think a lot of these good players are going to be sitting down by this maybe mid-second quarter. Definitely by the third quarter. I think a lot of these star players are going to be sitting down. Receiving wise, I do think if this is going to be any type of avenue for Oregon to really get in, get the points up and get out, which is, I think that's something they definitely want to do to, have any risk of injury. And plus they're still looking to dominate this team. Tez Johnson to get his 7.5 receptions. This kid's been doing it pretty much all season. Let me bring up his numbers real quick. So last game, boom. Oh shit. My fault. Hold on a second. Last game he had 7. I don't even have it up yet. I just remember. I'm stupid. Last game he had 7 against Ohio State. Then he had 10 against Michigan State, and then 11 against UCLA. So even if you want to even take the pressure off with that Michigan State, which is a terrible team, UCLA, which is not a great team at all, he clipped that 7.5 marker. One more catch in that Ohio State game where it's very competitive. The opposing team is really lit, so a little bit tougher. And then we go to Purdue. I'm going to give you guys another option. So for Mr. Brown, let me bring it up. Ryan Brown. This kid's a dog. The only thing they had for better was the 178.5 passing yards and then the 13.5 longest rush. I almost did that. I almost did the longest rush. I almost took the longest rush. This kid in his last game, where is it? I usually have all my stuff set up. This kid in his last game, I think he ran it for like 117 or 112. What was it? Let's see. Quarterbacks. Ryan Brown ran for 118 against Illinois, and this was an overtime game, and he passed it for 297. And then he hasn't been playing a lot. I'm assuming this is a unfortunate role where they were splitting time with someone, or he wasn't the starter. But fact of the matter is, his first game where he played a full game, he went 18 of 26, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he did it against a ranked Illinois team. So I understand how that might be a little iffy, but he only needs to get 178 in college football, and that's definitely possible. The running back, though, Reggie Love, he has yet, let me see. So in the Illinois game we just discussed, he got 8. That was his longest rush. And then the game against Wisconsin, it was 6 as his longest rush. This Oregon defense, they really play and really crack down on running backs. They are going to do their best to take their running back out of the game and make you pass the ball, because they're going to be passing the ball and putting points on the board. And so all of that in that regard, that's beautiful to see. And then their actual starter running back, they put the Reggie Love guy kind of up high with yards and stuff. But from what I've been seeing, I don't know how to say his last name. I'm not going to cap. But we're just going to do McCaubey. He is the lead singer when it comes to, let me see. Let me pull up his shiznits real quick. He seems to be Devin McCaubey. He seems to be the lead singer against Illinois. 11 carries for 102, 11 carries for 45 against Wisconsin, and 13 carries for 41. That's not the kicker, because we're taking rushing and receiving. 31 yards receiving with Illinois, 25 yards receiving with Wisconsin, and 14 yards receiving with Nebraska. If you do, though, I'll give you guys this little trick tip burger. So I was also dabbling in the idea of going Ryan Brown with his longest rush at 13.5, and then getting Devin McCaubey going receiving yards, because he's been eclipsing that pretty comfortably. You can go receiving yards or go as receptions at 1.5. But yeah, that's what we got for you guys today. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys when we see you guys on the next one. Take care. God bless.